Hello and welcome to video number 13. Today we will be talking about free body diagrams. We're going to be talking about friction and all the forces. When we construct a free body diagram, or just a diagram for now, we have a normal force. That's the force of the surface pushing back at the object. Then we have the actual object pushing down on the surface, which is mg. Let's say this object was moving at a velocity, and let's say that there's actually a friction. This has a certain friction, therefore there would actually be a component here, friction. Friction is composed of two things: normal force and given friction coefficient. N, however, can be broken up into mg, and then all that times the friction coefficient. So that would be friction. Now let's see how it looks like, how we would be able to solve something like find the acceleration of an object sliding down a slope with a certain friction though. So here we have a skier traveling down a 30-degree slope. We'll just make it a box so it's easier to see. There is a friction coefficient of 0.10. So that means we have, let's draw out our components. We have mg, we have our normal force, and we have the other force that is moving outwards, which is friction. So now that we have it, let's break it up into components. First, we're going to label this is going to be the x, positive x this way, positive y up. We have normal force. I'm going to break this up into pieces. This is friction, which we are going to label as mg u. The other direction would be mg cosine of 30. And then here, this would be mg sine of 30. So now, we are going to try to solve for A. So we're going to take mg, this is moving in the positive direction, so we have mg cosine of 30 degrees minus the friction, which is mg coefficient, and all that is equal to ma. As we see, there's an m in each. We can cancel those out. So now we're left with g cosine of 30 degrees minus g. Then we have the friction coefficient equals a. So if we just plug in 10 cosine 30 minus 10 times 0.1, and that will equal the acceleration, which ends up being 4.0 meters a second squared. So that is the acceleration of the skier moving down the slope, which is at a 30-degree angle, with a friction coefficient of 0.1.